All right, we are officially recording for YouTube. Good luck, everyone. I am streaming as well on Twitch, and we are going to be playing Jegantha Partners. Thanks you too. And let's take a look at this hand here. It looks pretty good. We don't have any plays though, but I think that we don't have any immediate plays, but we will be able to make our land drop. And I mean, I don't know if that's good enough, to be honest with you. It's going to be tough to really know for sure. Who are we facing here? We're facing Child of Alara, Rielle, and Toshiro Umezawa. So I'm thinking we've got a lot of blue decks here. I'm thinking we want to mulligan this. But you know, the One Ring is so good. Let's keep it. I'm going to be really greedy and keep this. I'm going to be greedy and keep this because I really like the One Ring here, and I really want to play One Ring on turn 2. That is my goal and aspiration for this game. I want to play the One Ring as soon as possible, and this hand doesn't guarantee me that I get the One Ring on turn 1, but it does guarantee that I get it at maybe on turn 2. It's either that or a Smothering Tithe. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at Rielle's hand here. So in case anyone doesn't know, my deck is Partners. It's actually called Friends Forever. It uses the Secret Lair Stranger Things commanders, the ones that have Friends Forever. And the cool thing about these commanders, the universe within is now available on Magic Online. So you've got some goodies here. We're going to go ahead and play Scrubland and pass the turn. And we're going to take a look at our revealed hand here. So our opponent, who's on Rielle, is playing Lorien Revealed, which is that island cycling spell. Chromox, Polluted Delta, which is the fetch land, and then Is It Guildgate. And they've also got Teferi, Ageless Insight. So they're going to go ahead and cycle in response. I'm fine with this. We're going to go ahead and F6 here. Thanks. I will try my best to do that. So yeah, we've got one viewer on Twitch. Pretty excited to have people watching me on Twitch. It's nice to have people watching you. We are here on our first cycle here. Unfortunately, we didn't get any fast mana like Gemstone Caverns or anything like that. We were on the draw though, we were on the play. I guess there's technically no such thing as on the play, because you're always drawing a card in multiplayer, even on turn 1. But anyway, I like that. I like our setup here. We're gonna hope to cast the One Ring on turn 2, and our goal is to just kind of take over the game from there. We do have 38 life, so we have plenty of life to take from the One Ring. And yeah, I mean, looks like our opponent, the Child of Alara opponent, did a good job with exploration. Looks like our Rielle player is doing a good job with ramp. So we're the only ones that don't have a whole lot going for us turn 1. And I would honestly, I would argue that turn 1 is like one of the most important turns of the game. So making a land drop just isn't good enough in cEDH, in my opinion. But I kept this hand because I wanted to land the One Ring on turn 2. I'm trying to set up for turn 2. A strong turn 2 play can be just as good as a turn 1 play. So, just looking at my opponent's revealed hand, I see no signs of any counter magic. So I think it's safe for us to go ahead and play the One Ring on our turn. It will give us protection, which is nice. And it will also let us draw cards, which is nice. I'm going to actually Dark Ritual on the Badlands in case... I mean, it gives us the ability to cast Smothering Tithe if we change our mind. But I don't think we're going to change our mind here. I think we're going to go ahead and cast the One Ring. And they're all going to feel the wrath of the One Ring when it resolves, because we'll have protection from everything until our next turn. Ha 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 ha. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and cast the One Ring. here, and then I think what we do is we immediately tap it to draw a card. This allows us the ability, if we draw fast mana, to like get a Chrome Mox or Soul, like a Mana Crypt. So I'm down with activating the One Ring right now. And Bazaar Baghdad is fine. We'll go ahead and pass the turn. So we do get protection from everything. So there's no way that an opponent can deal like infinite damage to us. There's also no way for us to be targeted. So if somebody has like a, I don't know, a way to target us, then they won't be able to do that. And then turn 2, in our untap, we will be able to, once we untap, we'll be able to draw 2 more cards. So we'll draw 3 total, including our draw step. And hopefully there'll be something good in those top 3 cards, because we don't really have a lot going on in our hand other than Smothering Tithe, in my opinion. Smothering Tithe is the only interesting card in our hand right now. Veil of Summer is reactive. Nothing else is really that crazy in our hand. I mean, we could play Bazaar Baghdad, and that'll, like, the One Ring will offset the card disadvantage from Bazaar Baghdad, but I'm honestly more interested in just drawing as many cards as possible. Bazaar Baghdad is good, though, because it lets us put things into the graveyard if we want to delve Treasure Cruise. Teferi Ageless Insight. If you would draw a card, so the first one you draw on each of your draw steps, draw 2 cards instead. Okay. That looks scary, especially with Rielle. In case anyone doesn't know what Rielle does, it's a 3-mana 0/3 from Ikoria. It is a legendary human wizard that has +1/+0 for each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard. Whenever you discard 1 or more cards for the first time each turn, draw that many cards. So it's good with cards like Bazaar Baghdad, which happens to be my hand, because Bazaar Baghdad just says draw a ton of cards. And then Faithless Looting is another good one. So this deck probably plays Bazaar of Baghdad and Faithless Looting, all those kinds of looting effects, because it turns those looting effects into straight card advantage. Alright, so we'll go ahead and F6 here. I'm looking very forward to activating my One Ring. I'm actually very excited about this idea here. I decided to play the One Ring over Smothering Tithe, and I think that was a good idea. We'll auto yield to this trigger because we're never gonna activate the One Ring in response to the trigger, because that just means we lose more life. Okay, Mystic Remora, still not a good card, not a playable card in our hand. Okay, Ancient Tomb, Dark Confidant, still nothing crazy. We could play Smothering Tithe. That's probably going to be a much better play than anything else in our hand. We've got, what, 9 cards in hand? So if we get Smothering Tithe on the battlefield, we'll probably get a ton of mana and just cast everything. And this might surprise you, but I did not include Smothering Tithe in the initial iteration of this deck, because I felt like it wasn't really worth it. I didn't think it was worth having in Jegantha, but it actually turns out to be a very powerful card. I would not be surprised if this thing takes over the game on top of the One Ring. I think the combination of Smothering Tithe and the One Ring together is what makes this a powerful hand to keep. But keep in mind that I didn't get to do a whole lot on the first turn. All I did was land go, right? And you run the risk. There is definitely a risk to just going land go on turn 1 in cEDH, because there's people with wheels and, you know, Wheel of Fortune, Time Twister. So if you hold onto a hand of like 6 or 7 cards, your opponent plays out their entire hand with Chrome Mox, Lotus Petal, you name it. They throw out a wheel like Time Twister effect. And now all of a sudden you've held onto your cards that you cannot play anymore. And now your opponent... Oh no, this is Child of Alara, isn't it? Okay. We should be a little careful here. Sorry, my kitty's a little angry. Come on, kitty. It's okay. Ugh. Alright, so I have no responses to this Child of Alara. And we can't even allow this thing to leave the battlefield, right? When it leaves the battlefield, it just... Oh, when it dies, destroy all non-land permanents. Okay. So when it dies, you destroy all non-land permanents. So we have to find a way to exile it or something. Alright. I am not super happy about this Child of Alara being on the battlefield. It's super scary. Oh, come on, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay, it's okay. It's okay. Alright, Soul Ring resolves. I got no responses to Soul Ring. The only thing we probably could do, theoretically, is Veil of Summer, but I'm not even going to bother. It looks like both of those opponents are doing some degenerate things, while we are just stifling it, you said? Oh, wait, did our opponent stifle the effect? No? Oh, they paid the 2 mana for it. I see what they did. They actually paid 2 mana to prevent me from getting the treasure token. Alright. Hey, that's fine. Again, I think Smothering Tithe is actually a beautiful card right now. It's like the next best 4-drop in my deck, besides the One Ring. Alright, so we'll see how we do. I mean, I'm still not crazy about this Child of Alara. Once this dies, we're going to lose all of our stuff. And do they have that sacrifice land card? That land that sacrifices a creature? No, they don't. Okay, so that's good. At least we don't just sacrifice everything right away, you know? Tinderwall is good. Let's go ahead and draw a card here. Or draw 3 cards. White Plume Adventure. Interesting. I don't know. We have 11 cards in hand and we still have nothing to do. We can play... Let's play Bazaar Baghdad. I think it's worth... I think it's worth playing Bazaar Baghdad right now and just trying to get some more value from this. Okay, cool. We got the Mox Opal. As far as what to discard... I mean... I don't really think I care about Treasure Cruise. I don't think I care about these lands either. Yeah, let's discard these lands. And let's see. So I could theoretically survival. And I don't know if I want to lose my stuff. Let's play Mox Opal. We already played a land drop. That's why we can't play our tropical. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go survival. And I'm actually going to take damage from Ancient Tomb here. We can start casting some of our stuff. Like I like White Plume Adventure here. I actually like the card. Because if we get our stuff removed, right, we can still, like, let's say the Child of Alara thing goes off. We still have the initiative. This doesn't stop that from happening. So, and then we can discard Dark Confidant to our survival. And then we could also, we could Imperial Seal and get the Thassa's Oracle combo. Maybe. Yeah, let's do that. Because we have to do this at sorcery speed, right? So, oh shoot, you know what? Yeah, this is fine. Because we can activate survival anytime we want. So I'm fine with getting like, I don't know. I'm fine with getting Demonic Consultation for starters. Putting that on top of our library, you know? And then instead of activating the White Plume Adventure, instead of casting the White Plume Adventure, we cast the Dark Confidant. I like that idea. That gives us more mana that we can use. Yeah, let's do that. Call me crazy, but I think I'm going to discard the White Plume Adventurer. And then should I cast the Mystic Remora? I think it's probably worth casting the Mystic Remora too. Probably should have done that in the beginning. I wasn't thinking about it, but this is probably going to make us draw a ton of cards. This is assuming that the Child of Alara player doesn't just destroy all of our stuff. In which case, if they do, we can always... I guess we could activate Survival in response. But then we would lose the top card of our library, which is Demonic Consultation. Yeah, so I'm not really sure exactly what the right play was. I don't know if I sequenced this correctly. I probably did not. I probably sequenced this very poorly. But I think we're still in a good position, assuming the Child of Alara player doesn't just go off, and assuming that the Rielle player doesn't just win the game. So a good thing is we do get treasure tokens here regardless, assuming our opponent's either going to pay mana, which is good, or we get a treasure, which is good. So just Smothering Tithe gives our opponent the option to do things, but those two options are very favorable. Because information is power, right? Knowing that they tap 2 mana down means that we know that's 2 mana that they don't have. Oh, they're gonna strip mine the Bazaar of Baghdad? Really? Come on! You really think that card isn't that great? Bazaar of Baghdad isn't that great. It's card disadvantage. Why get rid of my Bazaar of Baghdad? It's like the worst land on the battlefield. I'm just kidding. It's powerful, but I don't know. People always laugh at me when I play Bazaar of Baghdad because nobody thinks it's a good land in cEDH. I always thought it was a very powerful land. People also don't play Strip Mine in cEDH because it's by nature somewhat spiteful. Because think about it, if you're going to play Strip Mine, that means you're getting rid of your land drop for someone else's land drop. But it is good in situations where you need to get rid of stuff, right? So we'll go ahead and use Mystic Remor's ability. We'll draw a card here. This is great because now we can just cycle. Now we can just activate Survival, knowing that we have both of our combo pieces in play. But maybe what I should have done instead was try to find protection for our combo piece. I mean, I guess we have Veil of Summer, right? So we should be fine on that front. I'm just not sure about everything else. I mean, I'm just really anxious about this Child of Alara player, because they have Child of Alara on the battlefield, which means all they need to do is sacrifice it and everything dies. Alright, Toshiro making some moves. Let's see what you got. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about cEDH. No! You're gonna destroy the Child of Alara to get rid of all my stuff? Alright, I'm gonna respond to this. Do I have a response? Can I... hold on a second. I want to respond to this. Let me get rid of all my active yields, because I actually want to respond to this. I would like to use Mystic Remor's ability to draw a card, and then I want to respond to this. Can you please allow me to respond? I know I F6'd. Okay, so they're gonna destroy this. When it dies, destroy all non-land permanents. Oh gosh, you know, we don't have... What we don't have is the ability to cast our Thassa's Oracle. We can cast the Demonic Consultation, but not the Thassa's Oracle. Darn. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and activate this. Discarding... I guess we don't care about the red mana from Tinderwall. Because there's still reasons to play White Plume Adventurer, right? It's not an absolute dead card here. We do lose our One Ring, which is very sad. Okay, let's see. Oh, wait! I just realized I'm a Laboratory Maniac deck, not a Thassa's Oracle deck. Yeah, in case anyone didn't know, I'm not a Thassa's Oracle deck because I have Jegantha on the battle as my companion, which means I literally cannot have Thassa's Oracle in my deck. Laboratory Maniac is the second best card. I know it feels really bad. Everyone's gonna look at me like... Everyone's looking at me like, oh, what are you doing? Why are you playing Labman? Yeah, sorry, Apric in your side. I decided to play Labman instead of Thassa's Oracle. Yup. Oh no, that means I have to... that means I have to just play Labman and, like, what, end of turn Demonic Consultation? Assuming a Labman survives a turn cycle? That's not good. That can't be good. There's no way this is the most optimal strategy in cEDH for a Jegantha player. Keep in mind, we're Jegantha partners, so we have all the card advantage in the world. We start with 10 cards in our hand. We start with Jegantha, which costs 8 mana. We start with Cecily, which is its own... Why does this thing keeps doing this? Cecily, which is Grixis, and Othelm, which is Selesnya. Alright, so, yeah. Rielle player is just going to recast Rielle. Big surprise. We lost a lot. Wait! The One Ring is indestructible! I didn't realize... I was like... I was talking so much, I didn't even realize the One Ring is still in the battlefield. I completely forgot that this does not sacrifice. Child of Alara destroys. So we still have the One Ring on the battlefield. Which means we can activate it and... Wait, we can activate it! Oh! That means we can play Labman, cast Demonic Consultation, and activate it with the One Ring. Why did I not see it sooner? I'm getting all the heebie-jeebies right now, thinking about these combos, not even realizing that the One Ring just combos with Labman. Maybe we should have kept the Tinderwall and discarded the White Plume Adventurer. I guess it really doesn't matter. But this is really funny. This has been a really funny turn of events. Me realizing that I don't have Thassa's Oracle. Me realizing that I have to play Labman, thinking that I have to play Labman and pass, and then me realizing that the One Ring still exists because it's indestructible. So the key here is do not activate the One Ring. That's the play here. Do not activate the One Ring. The optimal play is to not. I don't even think the optimal play is to play Mana Vault, because we don't want to. We want to try to have as little. We don't want Flusterstorm effects or anything like that. I mean, there's no way our opponent can cast Flusterstorm here, but. Alright, I mean, this loses our Veil of Summer, but it's not like we have a choice, right? It's not like we have a choice. We kind of have to go ham here. Alright, let's see it. Does anyone have a response to this? Does anyone have a response to Demonic Consultation? Is this a removal spell? It probably is. That's fine. If it's a removal spell, we just find a way to like recast our Labman, right? we try to get Yogg-Wheel or something. Oh, they're gonna target themselves with this. Okay. It has been a weird game. It definitely has. We're gonna name this card whatever that is. And then we're going to exile. I wish I could say GG here, but I can't even type because the computer is going crazy right now. GG. And then we just activate the One Ring, and we win the game. GG. All right. So who do we vote for? I think we vote for Little Cheeky here for being the Rielle player. But that was a fun one. Wow, Jegantha partners with Labman, coming in hot with the One Ring, replacing Sensei's Divining Top as the as the draw enabler for Laboratory Maniac. All right, well, that was a lot of fun. That's it for this YouTube video. I'm going to continue streaming for a little while, but let me know in the comments down below what you think about Magic Online cEDH. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more content like this. I'd be more than happy to throw up some more decks. I got a bunch of 5-color partners, companions, all that stuff. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next YouTube video.